you're talking to a friend, and they remember everything you said. But can a computer do that? What if you could teach a computer to remember what you said? You could have a conversation with it, and it would remember everything. That's what we're going to explore today. We're going to talk about recurrent neural networks, or RNNs for short. They're a type of neural network that can remember what happened before. Imagine you're trying to learn a new language. You need to remember what words you learned before, so you can use them in a sentence. It's like having a tiny librarian in your brain, who keeps track of all the words you've learned. A neural network is like a team of tiny librarians, who work together to remember things. But RNNs are special, because they can remember what happened before, like a librarian who keeps track of all the books you've read. So, how do RNNs work? They're made up of special cells, called neurons, that can remember what happened before. These neurons are connected in a loop, so they can keep track of what happened before, and use that information to make decisions. It's like a little loop of librarians, who keep track of all the books you've read, and use that information to recommend new books. RNNs are really good at understanding sequences, like sentences or music. They can remember what came before, and use that information to make predictions about what comes next. Let's say you want to teach a computer to predict the next word in a sentence. You could use an RNN to do that. The RNN would look at the sentence, and remember what words came before. Then, it would use that information to predict the next word. For example, if the sentence is "I love to eat," the RNN might predict that the next word is pizza. It's like the RNN is trying to guess what you're going to say next, based on what you've said before. You can see how this works in a real-world example, like a chatbot or a language translator. So, why is this important? RNNs are used in all sorts of real-world applications, like chatbots, language translators, and self-driving cars. They're really good at understanding sequences, like sentences or music. And they can remember what happened before, which makes them really useful for tasks that require memory. For example, a chatbot might use an RNN to remember what you said before, and use that information to respond to your questions. So, let's recap what we learned. RNNs are a type of neural network that can remember what happened before. They're made up of special cells, called neurons, that can remember what happened before. And they're really good at understanding sequences, like sentences or music. Here are 3 key points to remember. RNNs can remember what happened before, they're made up of special cells called neurons, and they're really good at understanding sequences. Next time, we're going to explore how RNNs can be used for natural language processing. We'll talk about how they can be used to generate text, like chatbots or language translators. And we'll see some real-world examples of RNNs in action. Don't forget to subscribe for more AI lessons, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date on our latest videos.